Okay, today's video is going to be about being a grandma and just some tips of making it more fun and easier and building memories for your grandkids, which is what that's what I'm trying to achieve. Now, my two grandkids that I have right now live close to me. So most of these tips are if they live close to you. If they don't, I don't know, you'll have to come up with a whole new bag of tricks for them. But with the internet and phones and video and texting and everything you can do back and forth, it's much easier now to be a part of your grandchildren's life, even if you don't live near them. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you is something that I do for my grandkids. I showed you my grandson's one at, I think it was 4th of July. Well, I just made my granddaughter's, now I'm making sure my hands are clean. I just got this in the mail today. And every year I make them, on their birthday, I give them a photo book of the last year of their life. So this is the one that just came today. That's my granddaughter. And this is her book about the year she was 5. She's going to be 6 next week. So it's just, it's not super professional. I always write her a little message in here from me. And then it's just pictures and pages. Like I always start with their birthday. There's her school birthday. And then here's her birthday when she went to Disney and became a Disney princess. That was last year. And it's just all the different events. There's Easter. I always do a funny page with a lot of pictures of just goofy stuff from the year. Now you have to have a daughter or son, our daughter-in-law, I should say, that's cooperative and takes lots of good pictures. And if you're with them a lot, you take good pictures too. I always do a picture that's just about the summertime. This is a picture when she goes and visits her other grandparents in Mississippi. I make sure that her other grandparents are included in the book. Every year, I make sure of that. Here's her first day of kindergarten. These are important milestones. You can't see it, but these are important milestones in their lives that you want to document for them. And I just, Halloween's in here. One day I took a bunch of cute pictures of her just here in the back, and I wanted to include those. Christmas is always here. We did something really fun. Here's a fun thing to do with your family. I covered the wall over there in the living room with wrapping paper, red wrapping paper, from floor to ceiling in a certain width. And I had a bunch of props, and we had a tripod and a camera. And my whole family was together for Christmas, and we took pictures one evening for about an hour in that room. It turned out so fun. Everybody had a great time. And so I did a whole page of those crazy fun times. You can see my dad and husband at the top had mustaches on, and everybody took a picture. I have a group picture at the top, and then just their family picture at the bottom. And it was just a super fun thing to do. I highly, highly suggest doing, we called it Christmas Photo Booth at Gigi and Poppy's house. And then there's just more fun pictures Christmas morning. Oh, if they go on any kind of vacations, I include them. Here's some beach pictures. They always, of course, go to the beach. They went camping. Anyway, this is so much fun. And then I always write a funny message at the end and a little picture of me and her right there. And then on the back, I love this one. I always put a funny picture on the back and put a caption. And this one just says sassy. Oh gosh. And there's her in her princess dress at Disney. And she was acting quite sassy on that. Anyway, that's number one that I think is a great thing to do as a grandparent. Number two, one thing I've showed you this before, I think, over there in the living room is what I call the prize box. It sits on my coffee table in there, and when the kids come over, sometimes I showed you this in that 4th of July video too, but here's just another close-up of it. And of course, inside this time, I have a cute little, these just come from the dollar shop at Target, a little thing for her to drink from, and a little thing for him to drink from, my grandson. Now, the beauty of this, the reason I bought these is because the straw doesn't come out. Because when they have sippy cups, my grandson hangs the sippy cup from his mouth, and the lid comes off. When he has straws, he hangs the straw comes out. Messy, messy, messy. We must not have that at Gigi's house. So now he's got a thing to drink and it won't come out. But he'll figure out a way to make it messy, I'm sure. He's 2 and he's hilarious. So that's the prize box we have occasionally, has prizes in it. Not every time they come, occasionally. What else? Oh, definitely have toys for them, okay? Have things for them to do at your house. So you're not just, they just don't sit there and either watch TV or they're bored because they have nothing to do. I have a laundry basket full of toys. I store it again in the living room on the other side of the couch. So when you come in my house, you can't tell there's any toys in my house. But they know where the toy box is. They know they can drag that laundry basket out into the den. It's got my children's old toys, the original Fisher-Price farm set, the original Fisher-Price doctor kit that my 3 kids played with. And I have all the pieces because I'm very organized. When I used to pick up my children's toys, they respected and took care of their toys. And I always made sure all the pieces were in there before we went to bed at night. So I still have the entire farm set. And the thing about that stuff is it's so well made. My daughter bought them the doctor kit to have at their house, the new doctor kit. It's a piece of junk. She says it's terrible. It's not going to last. My daughter's 28. She probably got that doctor kit when she was 2. Anyway, there's new toys and there's old toys over there. There's a big bag of, what were those, the Beanie Babies? Remember when everybody had Beanie Babies? My youngest daughter had Beanie Babies. So there's a huge bag of Beanie Babies. They love to play with those. So have toys. Have them in a certain spot. I also have my hall closet. Has 2 shelves with colors and coloring books and lots of books and glue and scissors and glitter and anything they want to do. It's right there. So when they come over, it's really fun usually because they'll do a craft or a project or something. Now they do watch TV. I highly recommend having a large collection of Disney DVDs. Of course, we bought all these on VHS for our own children, and now we're rebuying every single one of them on DVD as they come out. So we have a big collection of those. Games are good to have. I have some old games that were my other daughter, Lexi's games. And my granddaughter loves to play games with me. So we have a set of games. I suggest easy games, quick games. Here is my biggest, well, I have 2 big tips. Here's my biggest tip. If your grandkids live near you, invest in the following. If they're going to come over a lot, a pack and play. That will make your entire life so much easier. When they're infants, you have the thing up high where you can change their diaper and they can sleep in it and you can reach them. And you take that out and then they're in the low part, sleep in them. You put them in there if you need to corral them for a few minutes. They nap in it. Pack and play. You must have one at your house. High chair. You must have a high chair at your house. Ours stays in the garage. I don't leave it out. I don't have kids anymore. But every time, either I run out, my husband, my son-in-law goes and gets the high chair. It just makes everything so much easier when it's time to eat. The littlest one goes in the high chair. Car seat. Get your own car seat. I have a baby car seat or kid car seat, baby kid, whatever you call it. And I have I do. I have an infant car seat that I bought. I have a regular car seat that I bought. And now I have a booster chair that I bought, booster seat that I bought. This way you're not switching them from car to car. It's such a pain to switch the car seat. Then if my daughter has an emergency and she can't pick her daughter up from school, I've got the booster seat. I'll put her right in. If I need to run over and get my grandson, I've got the car seat. I'll stick it in my car and off I go. Very highly recommend you have those things. Because this is as much for you as it is for them. Okay, something else to have that, this was funny, is a swing for them when they're infants. One time, my daughter and I were going to a wedding, and my son-in-law had to work. And my younger daughter was busy. Or she was going to the wedding too. I don't remember. But my husband was it. He was the only one left to babysit. And I think it was my granddaughter. And she was a few months old. And my husband was like, what am I going to do with her? What if she cries? I know she's going to cry because she was breastfed. So you never know how that's going to go, right? And he was just so paranoid. Well, the next day on the way home from work, he went to Kids R Us. Kids R Us, and bought a swing, a giant swing, you know, the swing thing. And because our kids loved the swing. And I said, what are you doing? They're only in these a few months. He goes, if I'm keeping that kid all day long, I'm having a swing. Well, sure enough, he had that baby in that swing, and then we used that swing for her, and then we used the swing for the grandson. So it turned out to be a good investment. Now, when you have all these objects, here's my other suggestion. I want these to last for all the grandkids I ever have. Now, that's pretty easy to do because they're not using these things every day like they do at home. So these things don't get messed up as much or used up or icky or old or gross or anything. But I kept all the boxes, okay? The car seat is not always in my car, but it's in its giant box in the garage with the lid shut so it stays clean and nice. When they outgrow the car seat, if I haven't had any other grandkids by that time, that car seat will go up in the upstairs. We have a giant attic closet that's finished out and air conditioned, and it's carpeted and everything. So that will go in there. The swing is in its box up there. The pack and play is in its carry bag. It's up there because my grandson outgrew the pack and play, so it's up there. When they both have outgrown the high chair, he's pretty much about to outgrow the high chair, it will go from the garage up to the closet, so it'll stay nicer. Keep the boxes for all these things. And then when you have a new grandchild, you get out the infant car seat and it's like new because it's been stored in its box, sealed up, and nice. So that's my other thing. Take care of these items, and I'm planning on them lasting. I have 3 kids. I don't know how many grandkids I'm going to end up with, but I'm planning on these things lasting for all the grandkids. Last thing I'm going to mention about being a good grandma is always have food for them around. Now, this is tough for me, but my husband and I have finally figured out what to always have in the pantry. I always have animal crackers in the pantry. Those things never go stale. I'm not really sure what they're made of, but I always have animal crackers in the pantry because I may not have Chips Ahoy and Oreos and stuff. I don't always have those things in my house. And if I do, we eat them. And then I can buy them for the grandkids, but then they get eaten by us. So we don't eat those animal crackers. So we have animal cookies. I keep boxes of mac and cheese. We don't really eat the mac and cheese, but there's boxes of them in the pantry. So when they come over, if they end up staying for dinner, I can pull out a box of mac and cheese and figure something out with it for them to eat. I also keep, they like to drink juice. My older daughter drinks juice. The juice was always gone. I just figured that out this week. I've solved my juice problem. I have a big thing of juice boxes in my fridge in the garage, and I've told my older daughter, those juice boxes, those apple juices are for the grandkids, don't drink them. So then I'll always have that on hand now. I think that's all I've got for trying to be a good grandma, that's prepared for them to come over. Now, when they're coming over for a long period of time, like if my daughter and son-in-law are going on a cruise or something, I plan something fun for every day they're going to be here. They have something to look forward to every day. We call it Camp Gigi. Every day there's going to be something fun. I set up something super fun. Like last time I set up a big giant tent in the living room. I took the coffee table out, took the chairs out, put a giant tent. That was up all week while they were here. Number one, they love to play in it, so it was fun and special. I can't let them play out because the pool's out there, so they can't really go outside, and then the rest of my yard there's nothing. It's not fenced or anything. So, but we will go on walks. Oh, there's another thing. We go on walks. On the other street, there's a big lake, and so I take my granddaughter there, and we walk around, and it's real fun and kind of mysterious to get to the lake because you go through this forest area with a trail. So it's kind of cool because you get to the end and there's the big lake. Just plan fun things. Try to be fun. Try to have little prizes for them. And yeah, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope that if you're not a grandma and you're a mom, you might have gleaned something from it as well. Talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.